Arcade Perfect by Arse.
Hello, how are we? Yep, another non-notice video, but you know me by now. So anyway, listen, thanks for joining me. I've got to say here and now, I will literally have to cut this off bang on 9:30, because I'm trying to clear out a lot of shite, and I've basically selling my collection of retro gamer magazines plus loads of others. So I've managed to get somebody to come and buy them, and he's local, so I'm going to be dropping them off about 9:30. Now, before I start, I've got a special guest who has decided to give me his opinion. I'll just wait for him to turn up. He is actually there, but he's disappeared. I don't know where the hell he's going. So anyway, let's. Have I got a Wikipedia thing about Dragon Breed? I'm kind of starting to get to the point where I don't know. I'm running out of games to actually feature in Arcade Perfects. I mean, I know there's 10,000 odd arcade games, but you know, I always try and do games that I'm familiar with, games that I know I've got versions out for them. I mean, I think I've done over 100 Arcade Perfects, so I am now kind of starting to scrape the bottom of the barrel. In fact, wait a wee minute, I'm just thinking, MAME will probably... Is that going to tell us something, Dragon Breed? I'm just waiting for my special guest to turn up. I don't know what he's doing. Dragon Breed, there we go. Yeah. Tell you what, just when I wait for a wee second, I'll just open my... this video was brought to you by Coca-Cola. not. I don't actually really like fizzy juice. Oh, bloody hell. Does anybody remember the original ring pools where you could actually ping them in like a little kind of flying saucer? Good fun. Can't do that now. Right, I'm just waiting for him to turn up. You'll obviously turn up when I'm in the middle of reading this. We'll tell you what I'll do is I'll put that over there so I'll see him. Right, Dragon Breed. A superb, well that's your opinion, a superb and innovative side-scrolling shoot-'em-up from the same gaming stable that gave the world R-Type Irem. Dragon Breed differs from other shoot-'em-ups through its interpretation of the ship that appears in other games. What's that? Other games of the genre. Dragon Breed, the player controls a figure who rides a fully articulated and superbly rendered dragon. Talk about bigging your own game up. What makes this a particularly inspired move is that the dragon's body, which is invulnerable to enemies and enemy fire, can be used as both a shield and a weapon. The player can move the dragon in such a way that its tail can be used to surround its rider and protect him from his enemies. Any contact the enemy has with the dragon will also deplete the enemy's power and eventually kill it. The dragon can also be powered up in a similar fashion to the spacecraft of other shoot-'em-ups. At various points throughout the level, small areas of land will appear at the bottom of the screen. These often contain power-ups, and the player can fly the dragon down to the platform, dismount, and move around on foot. So there you go. Right, the technical specifications, guys. I'm just trying to buy some time to wait in this bugger turning up. Technical specifications, IRM N8. Well, in fact, you know what? I'm not even going to bother. That's just bloody nonsense. Trivia. The game borrows quite a few game designs from the Irem's art. Right, hang on. I've got our special guest. I shall just bring him into the stream. How you doing, my old bugger? You can't find them. We can hear you now.
Fucking impeccable timing.
Bloody, what happened to you? You turned up and then you pissed off. Or were you looking for these, were you?
Well, let's just say, past experience told me that there was fuck all chance of you starting on time, so I thought I could get away with going and taking a leak.
You know what? I think it was about 10 minutes late. I was just telling people, I've got a fucking ridiculous. I think I must have about 1,000 gaming magazines, computer magazines, including every issue of Retro Gamer. And suffice to say, the fact that the last 4 years worth have never even been opened, it comes in the mail. I just put it in a pile. I've got that. I've sold them. So I've got a guy coming. He actually lives quite close to me. He's giving me a couple of £100 for about 1,000 magazines. So they're in my hall there. So I need to kind of cut this short at 9:30. But hey, listen, it's good to see you. How the hell are you anyway?
I'm surviving.
Right, good. Yeah. Right. What I was going to say, right? Yeah, you wanted to. I don't really know this game, I must admit. I mean, I've played it a couple of times, and I'm not a massive fan of it. I was just reading out.
When I messaged you, well, let's be honest, I messaged you because I was bored off my fucking tits, and I saw that. I mean, it was just typical of my luck, you know. Okay, right, I'm fucking bored. Oh, there's going to be a live stream. Oh, fuck it, let's see if he wants me on there. Oh, you're doing Saint Dragon.
And then you decided, you thought, oh, fuck it, I can't undo the offer, eh?
Yeah.
So, what, man, you're calling it Saint Dragon, is it not? Is that the same as...
No, that's right. That's two fucking different games, isn't it?
Aye.
I don't know which one came first, Dragon Breed or Saint Dragon, but it's awfully coincidental, you know. Oh, hang on, it's a dragon that you're controlling in the main game, and yeah. I know them both.
Are they two different games? I'm looking at Dragon Breed. So Saint, how do you spell it? ST. So is Saint Dragon an arcade game as well? Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was Saint Dragon you were doing. I mean, it's not great news either way, but
no. I can't see it. I can't see St. Dragon. Ah, fuck knows. Anyway, right, we better batter on because, like I said, I've literally got an hour. So, right, I'm going to start off with what was it again? Dragon Breed. Yeah, let's have a look.
You may as well start with the coin op.
Go for the coin op, yeah. I was reading out here. Somebody's written here. He's superb and innovative side-scrolling shoot 'em up. So obviously that wasn't you that wrote that. Then I take it.
No, amazingly, it wasn't. I have a horrible feeling this game is by. Fucking hell, I'm having one of those days. That's it, Iron.
Aye, the same folk that did, the same people that did. What do you call it? R-Type. Are you a fan of R-Type, by the way? Oh, you're not. I was thinking you or Pastor that hate it. No, you hate R-Type.
No, it's me. Yeah.
What don't you like about it? I'm curious.
It shows absolute contempt for anybody who can't, master shoot 'em ups. It's for shoot 'em up, like fucking greats. I'm not one of them. Yeah, it's just far too hard. And it does one thing that I absolutely despise. Actually, it does two things that I absolutely despise in shoot 'em ups. The first is that if you lose a life, all your power-ups go, and you may as well give up from that point. The second thing is there are far too many enemies. In fact, apart from like the first couple of waves that come along, everything else you've got to shoot it multiple times before you get rid of it. What's the point of giving you weapons that are so fucking useless? You've got to shoot the same thing, fuck knows how many times, before you get rid of it. Oh, I hate that.
Funny thing is, I do like R-Type. The thing is, it's a memory game, that's all it is. It's just that I've played it that much that I know I can pretty much always get past the first couple of levels, but it is a memory game. And I would kind of, I'm not going to disagree such, but I think it's more forgiving than, say, like Nemesis or fucking Slap Fight. You've ever played Slap Fight?
Not very often, but yeah, I've played it.
Well, Slap Fight is ridiculous. And it's the same, mate. It's the same with Nemesis or Gradius, whatever the fuck you want to call it. You get so far into it, and then you lose your lives, and then you end up, you can't even, sometimes, I don't know how it works, sometimes it will grant you a free speed up, which kind of gives you...
Yeah, I have no idea. It seems to be almost random. One thing I will say in the favour of Gradius is that doesn't really happen until level 3, but when you're in level 3, if you lose a life there, you're fucked.
I've never got to level 3 in Gradius.
You must have done, with all the Moai heads everywhere.
Nah. The only time I've seen that was in seeing VG back in 1983 when they reviewed it. I think actually R-Type is slightly more forgiving. It gives you power-ups a bit quicker, but maybe just because I've played it that much.
Could be. We never got R-Type in any of the arcades in Southend. Personally, I consider that we got away with it. But I suspect if it had been here, because it was one of those games that looked great, and therefore people would have played it. So the chances are I would have played it more back then, and I might like it now. As it is, I can't stand it. I had it for the Amiga.
Good bit of music, right enough.
Yeah, that is the one good thing about it.
I better get this bloody thing going, right? A wee minute.
Might be an idea.
Yep, take that out of there, remove from studio, and what am I going to do here? Share screen. That one there, and there we go, right. I'll hide that thing. Oh, excuse me. Right. I don't know. Oops, need to click on that, don't I? Okay, there's my joystick. Right, let's give this a go. So 1989. I don't know what the volume is going to be like. Oh, excuse me. How's the volume? Is that all right?
Loud.
All right. Ah, right, so you can kill them with your tail in, I take it, yeah.
Yeah, you can kill them with any part of the dragon. It's just like just don't let
Give me a
them
minute.
shoot your bloke.
Hang on, I'm going to turn the sound down because I can't hear a word you're saying at a minute. Oh no, that should do it. Hang on. Volume mixer, turn down a wee bit. Put that down to there. There we go. That should hopefully be a bit better.
Yeah, okay.
So is that...
Sounds no different to me, but yeah, go on.
I can hear you now anyway. So did this come out before or after R-Type?
Oh, it was a long time after.
Before, was it?
No, R-Type came out before this. Quite a bit before this.
So I can hardly hear you, Chris. Wait a wee minute. I'm just going to turn it down a bit more.
Planning.
Right. Oh, piss off. I mean, it's got nice graphics, I suppose.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say the same about R-Type. Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah.
Yeah, less said about the game, the better. And it's. I prefer playing this to R-Type, but that really is the faintest of praise.
I'll give it another go because that was particularly pish. The thing I don't like about it is, oh, for fuck's sake, it's the character you control is obviously huge, but you can kind of swivel. Well, you don't actually control your tail as such, do you?
You can. I think it follows around where you've been. You basically use it in the same way as that shield thing that you did in R-Type.
Right, like that. Right, okay. There we go. Wow. I'm trying to bloody figure out what these things are actually. Are they fucking giant wasps or something, is it? I'm not sure. Bloody hell.
Japanese, you never know with them.
I don't. Have you any idea what? Did this come out in all the home systems? I think it did, didn't it? Pretty much.
I know it came out for the Amiga.
8 bits as well. I'm guessing.
I don't know. I don't know if it came out for the 8 bits.
Aye. Does anybody else know? Did it come out in the 8 bits at all? We'll soon find out. What about console wise? For fuck's sake.
You're asking me about consoles.
I don't think it did actually. I don't think it did. Although I'm not really not too sure.
At the risk of sounding like a cynic, I was under the impression that as you were doing the video, you may have, you would have known this before starting it.
I normally I'm better prepared. What I normally do is I just go into Wikipedia and I'll just like, aye, that's fine. These are the ones that I'm playing. But I never actually had a chance to tonight. Hopefully somebody in there, I don't know if Del Boy's in, if somebody can maybe have a quick look. Right, anyway, that's the arcade one, so let's crack on. So, yeah, would I play that game as an arcade? Probably not.
I think I did review a version. It might have even been the coin-op one.
So when did that come out? So when did you say this came out after R-Type? Yeah, this would have.
Oh yeah.
Quite a bit. Aye.
So let me just double check. Right, this is Dragon Breed, isn't it? You're doing
Dragon Breed. Alright, Colin Jones is saying there, yep, arcade, Amiga, Amstrad, Atari ST, yep, all like Commodore 64 and Spectrum. That's fine.
Yeah,
What about
the only version I reviewed was the coin-op.
Was it? Right, so you don't know. And what was your review of it? Was it favourable or?
No.
What don't you like? What didn't you like about it? Is that got? I take it that's got power-ups as well.
Oh yeah. It's basically a reskinned R-Type to me. Which means it has all the same problems with R-Type. Yeah, I was not a fan. It's another one of those where it has quite a high difficulty level, not as bad as R-Type did, but it's also not very newcomer friendly, as I suspect you're going to be finding out as you play these. Because yeah, I mean there are sections where you can get off the dragon and start moving around, yourself.
Oh, can you? Right. And is that kind of how do you move? You run along is it like a platformy type running gun type thing? Is it?
Sort of, but you have to then get back onto the dragon anyway. I think you've got to be on the dragon all the time to be able to actually progress through levels. But there are some parts. Oh fuck it! I mean, the last time I played this game was about 3 years ago, so yeah, I'm a bit hazy on it. But I know anyway there are bits where you can get off the dragon. There are some areas where you have to get off it, clear out some bits, and then get back on the thing again. And yeah.
So how far did you get in this? Can you get better? Are you better at this than that type? Have you played it more?
Yeah, but that really isn't saying a lot. Yeah. I mean, in R-Type, if I get to level 2, I'm doing fucking brilliantly.
So again, it's all about it's memory. You know exactly where to go, and it's actually very, very simple. But yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, right. I mean, yeah, describing it as a memory game, you've described every shoot-'em-up since about 1985 there with that one statement.
Probably, I think, apart from any vertical shooters, I mean, obviously Space Invaders and that kind of stuff isn't, but yeah. Anyway, let's crack on. So what have we got first? Right, we're just going to do them in, well, we'll get rid of the ones that I've got in my game base, so we'll start off with the Amstrad one. If I can find it, there's my Amstrad emulator down there.
Amstrad Dragon Breed. This has all the fucking makings of a winner, this one, eh?
Thing is, Amstrad games are either absolute pish or they're brilliant. You very, very rarely get anything in between with Amstrad. Right, insert disk image. We don't want that. There we go. What are we looking for? Dragon Breed. I was just actually saying just before you came on there, I'm now starting to kind of get run dry of games for Arcade Perfect My Arse, because I've done about 120, and that's probably about as many arcade games as I really know. Well, there's obviously other arcade games that never got ported, but I'm now starting to kind of get into things like this. I probably looked at this and I thought, oh, that's shite, I'm not doing it. But I'm now kind of scraping the bottom of the barrel a wee bit with
clearly, yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to do, like 120 of the fucking things, then yeah, it's inevitable. I mean, I can think of plenty of arcade games you haven't covered, and then when you look at which titles they include, it don't take a genius to work out why you ain't covered them.
And did they have home releases?
Well, I don't think you've done 720 degrees, have you? And
no.
Yeah. Do you really want to?
Nah, no. Unless you've got the proper controller. Nah, no, really. I'll need to actually add that onto my list. I'll need to do that. I don't mind.
No, you really don't need to add that to your list. You're all right.
Now, why is that not booting up? Oh, hang on. That usually just works, so I've got to eject. No, I don't. I just insert disk image. I'll have to remove disk, maybe try that. Right, now we'll try it. Insert disk image. I don't know why it keeps going back to that. Drag.
Right. While this is going on, what comments have we got?
There we go. Bunk. Hey, there we are. Let's turn that sound down a wee bit.
I recognise that music, but that's...
Yeah, I don't... Is that based on a SID tune, is it?
C64 Rygar.
Ah. I don't think I've done Rygar, actually. I don't think I have.
The only good one there is Graham Cowie's version on the Amiga.
I've never actually seen that.
It's perfect down to the pixel.
Really? Yeah. I tried his Super Sprint, but I don't know. I don't think my WinUAE was configured properly, so it wasn't playing as silky smooth as it probably should do. But
no, it's unfinished at the moment. So
it's still a draft one. How's your French, by the way, Chris? So what was that? Partie normale, credits Infinious. So I'm assuming the second one's infinite credits, is it?
Yeah, infinite credits.
So we go for Partie Normale.
Yeah, normal mode. Yeah.
Tableau de départ.
Starting level.
Right, we'll go for number 1. I hate these cheat modes when it comes up. Do you want to see the end screen? Really?
I never do. Do you want to bypass playing the entire game? Well, no.
Right. This has got all the hallmarks of a Spectrum conversion, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, that is not exactly a rarity for Amstrad games.
Yeah, like press fire to play. Oh, bollocks, it's not going to work with my joystick. Why is it not working with my joystick? No, arse, it means I'm going to have to bloody play with the keys. What chance have I got?
Oh, what a shame. Playing with keys is easy. It's a feeble excuse. Oh, I've got to play with keys. Fucking every single retro review I did, all 599 of them, I used keys.
Really? I mean, you didn't have a bloody joystick for a while, did you not? Or not? It was a tape deck you never had. You got a computer for your Christmas, but you didn't get the tape deck.
Well, yeah, when it very first happened, yeah, in '82, yeah, didn't even have to take that. Couldn't load anything.
Right, this is going to be fun. I can right, wait a minute. Press a key for fire. I'm pressing a key. Try that one. No, bugger off. Pause. Right, this is going to be fun. Not. Right, fire. Yeah, this is going to be an absolute cut. Oh, bloody
Spectrum,
hell.
it's just a straight Spectrum port.
Right, wait a minute. I'm not even going to bother with left or right. I'm just going to concentrate on up and down, I think. Deary me. I'm not saying it's a bad game, but I mean, really?
Well, it's an abysmal conversion. There's no effort being put into it. It is just a port of the Spectrum.
Have you seen this one before? No.
No. But it's as lazy a port as you can get.
When you see what the Amstrad can do, this is just a... God,
then you see things like this, those colours. Now, those colours, some of them, the Spectrum couldn't do, or at least couldn't do well. Which makes you think, have they actually programmed it to look like this intentionally? And I don't know if that's better or worse.
Aye, absolutely lacking in effort, big style. There's even kind of... I mean, look at... Oh, God. Yeah, this is bloody awful. It's got the hallmarks of Commodore 64 Karnov, this one, isn't it? Jesus. I
don't think it would be quite that bad.
Alright, the gameplay isn't helped with my complete inability to use keys, but, I think we've probably seen enough that it's... I mean, it plays okay, it's not particularly slow, but the graphics are absolutely inexcusable, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, I suppose it could have been worse as far as the speed goes. It's about as smooth as sandpaper, isn't it? I think that area you've just gone past there, that's one of the areas where you would want to get off the dragon.
So is it like Sheep in Space? You basically land on the ground and you can kind of walk about? Is that
I forget what it is you have to do to get off the dragon, and then you go and pick up another power up and then off you go again.
Well, that was quite impressive considering I've never fucking used the keys in my life. Oh. Sound is
minimal, shall we say?
Minimal, yeah. But pants could do a lot better. Was there music in the arcade one? I think there was. Was there?
We saw it about 2 minutes ago, and I've already forgotten.
Which
gives you an idea of how memorable the game is,
Right. Anyway, yeah. I mean. I don't know, there's even a bit of kind of colour clash going on there as well. Right, let's see if I can land. Oh.
There you go.
Oh, hey! Right, anyway. I think we've seen enough of that. Right, that's the Amstrad one. Let's what's next on the list? It's going to be What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Go for
I've got to point out there, while you were looking for a different version, or whatever was the next version, effectively not moving in the game, I think that was the best you had done throughout that entire playthrough.
Did I not get hit?
No, you didn't. You didn't lose a life or anything.
Right, this is the Atari ST. Should have this one, I think. In fact, yeah, I was double checking. You see, that looks quite impressive. So it came out in 1990.
I'll take a wild stab in the dark that it may not sound very good though.
Martin Walker.
Martin Walker, you know, he knows his stuff. That doesn't look very good. There we go.
Right, a wee minute, can I? I think I can make the screen bigger. Hang on. Now, Panther is trying to explain to me how to use OBS and use this share, whatever the fuck it's called, whatever I use for streaming it. Use it as the virtual camera.
Yeah.
And it means I can have all the emulators full screen, and all I need to do is put a wee thumbnail of myself. So I was kind of messing about with that, so I might give that a go next time.
I take it it didn't go very well.
No. He was explaining to me what I couldn't understand was, well, in other words, what I'm doing is I'm going back to what I did before I used, what's it called, StreamYard. But he says I think the fact if you use both, you're kind of getting the best of both worlds. But it sounds alright, so I think I've kind of got it set up. I mean, StreamYard's great, but some of the, you know, as you know, on my live streams, some of the, if I'm playing the BBC, it's like a postage stamp emulator. You can't drag it bigger, and if you make some of them full screen, it doesn't seem. In fact, yeah, that's what it is. If I make it full screen, I use an OBS because what do you call it? StreamYard is using the virtual camera. It will display it full screen. He tells me that's the way to do it, so we'll give it a go. Right, so this is the Atari ST one, unlimited lives. Nope. Oh God, that's $1 million question. What do you think?
Atari ST music, or I mean, God, no. Let's try.
It's got to be the music, obviously.
Oh no. Atari ST music. Well, to be fair, the sound effects aren't great.
Hang on. There we go. Hopefully that's a bit better. Right, Dragon beats
That's much
Software
better because I can hardly hear it.
Written by Tim Round. Push start button. Alright, fire button you mean. Right, okay.
I assume you can use the joystick this time.
I can use the joystick this time, yeah, thankfully.
So I'm expecting gaming god here then.
Wouldn't go that far, but anyway. The sound's not, the music's not the greatest. I mean, it looks the part. I think where the ST lacks over the Amiga is, I think, the lack of colours. You can always tell that there's less colours with the ST.
I don't know. I mean, it's not exactly suffering from lack of colour.
No, I know.
It's for me, it has the archetype OST problem. The audio is horrific.
Yeah. Now let's see if we can land. It doesn't want to land here. Oh, hang on. So what's the point of landing then? Why should you land? What do you gain with that?
Okay, when you're on the back of the dragon, the power-ups you pick up are for the dragon. When you're on foot, the power-ups you pick up then are for you.
Ah, right. So you want to kind of get better weapons for him and you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah, the music's pretty forgettable.
The music is horrendous. Yeah.
I mean, it's playable enough. There's nothing wrong with this. I think if I was a big fan of Dragon Breed and I got this from ST, I'd be fairly happy, I think.
I mean, that is the sort of paradoxical thing about Dragon Breed. Yes, it's playable, no question there. It's just the overall game design. I just cannot get into it. I've played far worse, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
Aye. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan of R-Type. I'm not really a fan of this. We'll give it one more go, I think. We'll tell you what we'll do is we'll try it with the... how do we... Right, switch it off and then switch it back on again. There we go. Right, I make the screen bigger again. We'll try the sound effects and see what that's like. Unlimited lives. I remember when I had my Amiga and my ST, and people, you could get like a single disc and it had like 10 games in it, and that just absolutely blew my head. How the hell? How could you fit 10 games on one disc?
Yeah, I remember I had a few like that. I mean, they were so compact. It took longer to decrunch them than it did to load the thing. I didn't have as many as 10, but stuff like...
Backlash, that was on one.
Yeah, Backlash was quite a small and simple game, wasn't it? I remember my Amiga version of Cybernoid. That came on a disc with about 4 others. You know, obviously, it was one I acquired. And yeah, Cybernoid, I think, was the best game on that disc, which says a lot.
You're not a fan of Cybernoid?
No.
Really? I've never really played it. I played it fairly recently for the 8-bit kerfuffle thing, and again, I suppose it's kind of similar to nice graphics. But what is it you don't like about it? Is it?
Well, the problem was that I had the Amiga version, and the Amiga version is atrocious. The 64 version is a lot better. They are all, I think, stupidly difficult. But I guess, you know, it's another one of those where, even though I don't like it because it is so fucking hard, if I could have got into it and played it enough, then yeah, I dare say it wouldn't be a problem. I just found it boring, and that is entirely the fault of the Amiga version. The Amiga version was a straight ST port. There was no music. The sound effects were very, very sparse. What sound effects there were very basic. It just had nothing to keep you interested.
I think actually, if I remember rightly, I think it was the first game that I did in the 8-bit kerfuffle. Well, I called it it was an 16-bit kerfuffle. So I looked at the ST, Amiga, Amstrad, what do you call it, C64 and Spectrum. I think I actually said that they were all equally as good. Play whatever you want. I mean, I didn't dig into it, obviously. I only played the first probably not even the 10% of the first level, but I thought they were all fairly good. But you're saying that the 16-bit ones weren't as...
No, the 16-bit ones
weren't as good as the good as the 8-bit ones. Now, let's give this a wee go with sound effects. Christ, that was worth waiting for. Is that it?
Well, it's ST audio, that's for sure.
And that was the reason why when I finally sold my C64 and I bought an Atari ST, I couldn't wait to get home and play the ST, and I loaded it up and I was like, wow, look at the graphics, and then the sound kicked in. I think what was the first game I played? Was it Prohibition? I think it was. And I was actually quite sad for a wee while. I thought, I've just got rid of a computer that's got the best sound ever, and I've now got this.
Yeah, I mean, if you went from Commodore 64 to ST, then audibly it was a backward step.
It was, and considering that I can't remember what I sold my C64 for. I effectively got myself into credit for like 2 years to pay for it as well. I'm like, I didn't regret it, but I couldn't wait to upgrade to the Amiga as soon as that became affordable. Oh, bollocks.
Well, yeah, that was a fair while, wasn't it? What sort of price was the ST when it was?
Oh Christ! I think it was probably about $350, something like that. I paid for it.
Yeah, I thought it was somewhere around there. And of course, when the Amiga came out, it was $550, so it was a hell of a lot more.
I know. I mean, I waited.
What?
No, I was going to say I only had my ST. I mean, I sold my C64 for I think £100. That was really everything. Fucking games, discs, disk drives, printers, you name it. I sold it for £100, and then I took out. It was like I had to pay. I bought it in credit, and it was I think it was like 2 years. I had to pay so much for this thing. But then I says, I think, yeah. And then as soon as the Amiga 500 came out, I couldn't afford it. But then I contacted this computer shop, and they were doing trade-ins. I can't remember how much I got from ST, but I couldn't wait to upgrade to the Amiga just because of the sound. I think if the sound had been better on the ST, I'd have probably been more happy to keep it. But to me, and that's why I've never really had a lot of love for the ST, because it's kind of like a poor man's Amiga. Why would you ever want to play an Atari ST version of a game when you can play it on Amiga? Because I think, apart from maybe Lamatron, and even then the differences are negligible, there's really no game on the ST that you would say it's better on the ST than it is on the Commodore Amiga.
Well, I can think of two.
Dungeon Master?
Dungeon Master played pretty much identically on both. The big advantage with the ST was that you didn't need a memory expansion for the ST version, but you did for the Amiga.
Yeah. What was that game you said? The Stun Car Racer?
Like the Starglider.
Or Starglider.
That was better on the ST for the reason that he's now going to totally contradict just about everything I've said. The audio was actually better on the ST version than on the Amiga one.
Was it really?
It was much better. And the other one was Defender of the Crown. Defender of the Crown on the ST absolutely pissed all over the Amiga version.
Aye. And I think we, yourself and Panther, were talking about that, and I always just assumed, I always play the Amiga one thinking, well, it's going to be better, but then after we had that conversation, I played the ST one, and it's just a lot nicer. It's got more bits to it as well. There's quite a lot actually missing from it, isn't there?
Yeah, I think the Amiga version was released unfinished. There are some areas where the Amiga version is visually better, but as far as gameplay goes, the ST version is far superior. I would rather play the Commodore 64 version than the Amiga version.
Aye, that was based on the ST one, was it? I think.
Yeah, it's got all the features of the ST one, so yeah, definitely.
Right, anyway, what have we played? We've played the Amstrad, we've played the Atari ST. Right, it's going to be C64 next, I think. Drag and breed. There we go. Music by Martin Walker again. Right, okay, let's give this a go.
Those screenshots do not inspire a lot of confidence, I must admit. Well, this is one of those games where, okay, I'm not a fan of it, but I look at the Coin-Op one and I just think, why would they even think about trying to do this for the 64?
Aye. I've never actually tried this one. Right, let's put it full screen.
I don't think I've even seen it. No. Yeah.
Oh Christ! Right, fast loader. Yes. No. Right, how do we get out of this? Oh, there we go. Start return. There we go. Let's do a bit of warp. Let me just see, is that actually loading?
Yeah, if you're warping this long, I very much doubt it is.
No, I think because it had, right, what I'm going to have to do is reload it. I'll tell you what, if I do try original disk. So this must have been a multi-load then, I'm guessing. Right. And Alt W.
If it's a multi-load, try changing your True Drive emulation.
Oh, to switching it on. I think it's loaded. Right, okay, let's give it a go. Nice title screen. I'm guessing it must be loading now.
God dear, you'd never guess that was Martin Walker the music there, would you? That was archetypal Martin Walker.
Similar to he did what's that game that you bought, the one that you really like, Hunter's Moon, is it?
Well, he wrote the game. He didn't do the music for it.
Right.
Yeah,
Well, let's give it a go.
I can't remember now. I can't believe I've forgotten the fuck. Who the fuck was it who did the music? The Hunter's Moon. One of my favourite Commodore 64 pieces of music.
Did you not buy the new one that came out?
Yeah, the remastered one. Yeah.
Right. I don't know if is this loading?
Don't look like it.
Oh, it's flashing away. Right. Oh, hang on. There we go.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Stage 1. Well, I guess a bonus point for having the intro at least. I don't think the ST one had that, did it?
Didn't look like it did.
No. Alright, okay.
Flickery sprites galore. Which I suppose that's inevitable. I mean, the design of the dragon is going to be a massive handicap for the 64. How would they get around it?
Yeah, I mean, initial impressions, I think this is actually quite impressive. Yeah, it's very, very blocky looking, but what I do like about it is they've kind of made the screen a bit smaller, so you've actually got half a chance of seeing what you're doing.
Matt Gray, there we go. Someone
it's Matt Gray. I'm assuming these big wasp things, they must be like 3 or 4 sprites or something, is it?
They look too detailed to be expanded sprites, so yeah, they must be.
Well, I mean, there you go. The Atari ST one, you could either pick from the delightful music or the really simplistic sound effects, whereas at least the C64 just does them both.
You got bugs, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big plus point. I don't know why there weren't more games that did that. It's not like they couldn't do it, you know, have 2 channels for music and 1 for sound effects, easy.
No, exactly. I don't like games like this if it's just you've got to pick, you know, because games like that, you do need sound effects, I think. But at least this, you've got a kind of, it's not the greatest SID tune in the world, but at least you've got a tune to listen to, and you've got the firing sound effects, so...
Yeah, as much as I like C64 music, when I'm playing games, I nearly always, if I have to choose between the two, I nearly always choose sound effects.
Sound effects.
I need to know, you know, if I'm hitting whatever, or you know, if his shots are doing anything. And if all you got is music, you got no idea.
Aye, exactly. The only exception to the rule is wanting the running Commando. I would never. I mean, you take the tune out of, you take the SID tune out of Commando.
Yeah, Commando did have music and effects together, though, didn't it?
It did, aye. Did it not cut out one of the voices when it was doing the sound effects?
Oh, yeah, it did it constantly, yeah.
Aye. No, I mean, I'm actually colour me impressed with this one. I'm not a fan of the game, but I think this is actually a pretty damn good conversion. It plays really fast as well. It's super responsive.
I mean, I'm not hugely impressed, but it's probably about as good as they are going to be able to do.
Well, it's probably the best we've seen so far, which, to be fair, isn't really seen very much. Oh, bollocks. Oh, there's a time limit as well. I don't know why you've got a big bloody digital clock at the bottom. I didn't notice that in any other version.
It probably was there, just nowhere near as prominent. I hate that with coin-op games. I mean, as much as I like Rolling Thunder, I think this is something we both said several times. I love the game, but why the fuck do you lose a life just because the time runs out?
You've always got to keep
for no fucking reason. Yeah.
I'm exactly the same. I mean, I love Rolling Thunder, but yeah, it does. It's annoying. I mean, you've always got to kind of get a bit of hurry on with the game. I'm trying to think. I don't know. Bollocks. Right, anyway, listen, we better butter on. How's the time? 9:10. That's all right. Right, got 2 to go. So it's only 1 to go. Well, no, we've got the Spectrum as well, eh?
Okay. Well, chances are it's going to be exactly the same as the Amstrad one. We
could just say, well, you've seen it already. Right, we'll go for the Spectrum, then we'll finish with... so I assume there wasn't any console versions of this. I don't think there was.
No idea. I am the worst person to ask when it comes to
quick,
consoles.
I'll have a
Unless
quick
there was an
squint.
Atari 2600 version.
Dragon Breed, right, okay, let's give this a go. Did you see that? It said R-Type 2.
No, I think I must have blinked when that came on.
No, it came up R-Type 2 as if that was what it was called. Right, anyway, space to continue. I'm trying to think, is that exactly the same as the... You know,
yeah, a couple of the colours are different, but otherwise, yeah.
Right, wait a wee minute. I just want to put that to the test. I want to load it up and see if it is. Where are we? Insert disk image, Dragon Breed. You can go over there. And then what I'll do is can I make that a bit smaller? Move from there. Right, and we want to do partie normal. And we go, yep. The power of emulation, you can have two games running at once. Right, load stage 1.
Yeah, but when it's the Spectrum and Amstrad versions of Dragon Breed, I don't know if I'd say power is the right word.
So it's slightly different. If anything, I'd probably say that the Spectrum one looks kind of cleaner. Maybe it's because it's got it's got a filter or something on it. So it is slightly different, to be fair. Anyway, we're not here to talk about the Amstrad one. We're here to play the Spectrum one, aren't we? Right. So how do we start this? Press fire to start. Please work. Oh, that sounds promising. Right, hang on. Let's reduce the volume. Oh, helps if you click in the bloody window, you tosser. Right. Right, there we go. Right away, there's quite a bit of lag from moving. There's about a half a second delay in the movement. What the hell's that thing? So that right away, I would knock a couple of points off. Out of all the versions that I've played tonight, it's the only one where there is delay. I mean, if I push it up now, you can see there's a half a second delay. Move down now. Move up now. There is definite delay, which is it's quite. I don't know why that is. I've never really noticed that before in a Spectrum. I mean, it plays what you would expect from the Spectrum. It's typical little farty kind of sound effects, which is what you would expect. Graphics are alright. I mean, they're kind of monochrome, but that delay in the movement would definitely make me not want to play it.
The graphics look a mess to me. You got attribute clash all over the place again, despite the fact that there's a lot of monochromatic stuff.
I don't know. I think that's why they tended to go for this kind of monochrome. I don't know whether they'd been better off sticking with just black and white or something. I don't know.
No, because I think if they'd done that, it would have been, in some levels, it'd be hard to make out what the fucking hell is what.
I'm actually trying to remember what the Amstrad one was like. It wasn't much different for this, really, was it?
No, but it moves around more smoothly.
Yeah,
and the audio is better.
Yourself. There is a definite lag, which is a shame. We'll give it one more go since I've only got the Amiga one to go. Pick up power up. I mean, it's not a bad version. I wouldn't say it's a bad version. Like I said, I'm not a fan of the game, but if Dragon Breed was your thing, then I suppose you'd be fairly happy with this. I say apart for the.
Yeah, that's asking me to use an awful lot of imagination. I would first of all have to imagine that I was a fan of Dragon Breed and
Bollocks. Right, anyway, I think that's enough of that one. So, that's the second last one, and the very last version is going to be the Amiga. Now, I should have loaded that first, because it always takes a wee while to load. Just try to look. I've not even looked at any comments at all. Yeah, thanks for joining us tonight. Absolutely no. There was no notice again, as is normal. Right, what we're looking for. Oh, I'm just giving away a video that I'm making. Dragon.
Well, I dearly hope it wasn't Little Computer People.
Might be.
Oh, fucking no. The Sims of the Amiga era.
Right, Dragon Breed. Okay. Are you still using this FS thing?
No, I stick with the standard WinUAE.
WinUAE, yeah. Right, Right, I can't really make this any bigger. I can't drag it. I can't remember if I make it full screen. I can't remember if it kills. You know what? We'll just stick with this. It might. I think it kills. Oh no! Wait a minute. No, it doesn't actually. I'm sure that this actually works all right. Maybe a minute. F12. Come out of that, and then if I go to that, right, full screen. I think it should work. There we go. Right.
Why do you always have that GeForce Experience thing?
I don't know. It just comes. It's with the graphics card thing. I don't know. It always comes up. You've got options
you can disable. Yeah, you can disable that notification.
Can you? I don't know how to do it. I've never used it. I tried it once. I actually tried it to stream, but it was terrible. It was
that's why I stopped using it.
Really bad. Right. I mean, come on, the Amiga. Why do we have to pick? Surely we could have both.
Yeah, already there is no excuse for that.
Yeah, considering the C64 managed it quite fine. Right, anyway, we'll go for the music first. Oh, right, a wee minute. I'll just need to, where's that? Hang on. I'm going to come out of that. Where's that bloody volume?
This is going well.
No, the volume control thing has moved. There it's there. Right, now we'll do it again. And then F12, and then I'll just bring that right down to there. There we go. Right.
How many discs does this game come on?
Couldn't tell you. I have no idea. I would imagine a couple anyway. Well, some music by Martin. So Martin Walker did all the sound, I think. Right, well, why didn't we get the intro?
Yeah, so there's no intro.
Yeah. Music's not bad. Certainly better than the Plinky Plonky Atari ST one anyway.
At some point, if I was still doing retro reviews, I would have to make sure that I got to use the term Plinky Plonky. You use it an awful lot, and I always kept to myself, but at some point I'm going to have to use that.
Plinky Plonky.
Yeah, because now I'm not doing them. Yeah, I'm not going to have the chance. I mean, unless some Plinky Plonky sound effects start appearing in Elite Dangerous, I don't think I will get the chance.
Aye, what's your thoughts on this version?
Well, it's not a straight ST port. At least it doesn't look it so far.
No.
So that's a plus. Because around '89 we were getting plenty of those. I don't know if it's just the speed of the scrolling, but it does look a little bit jerky when you're moving up and down. The scrolling from left to right, I mean, it's not. It's not terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the screen and it looks like what you can see is what it's doing. Oh, that's some nice power-ups. It certainly plays alright. It's certainly got the best sound, I would say. Oh, bollocks.
Rodian is saying that I could review a Jean-Michel Jarre album and use the term plinky plonky fairly often. Well, you know, I've been doing these music vids with Panther and Jim.
Ah, you've not done any. Have you done any since Iron Maiden?
Well, no, we did the Queen one as well. Actually, we did that ages ago, and it took me ages to finally get round to editing the thing.
So is it live then? Have you?
Oh yeah, it's been up.
Right, I don't know.
2 or 3 weeks or so.
I don't get any notifications. Aye.
But I did consider doing a Jarre one, but the problem with that is I don't know who it is. You know who the publishers are that own the copyright on the Jarre stuff, but they are absolutely brutal when it comes to their like copyright strikes and copyright claims if you use anything of his. So yeah, it's a no-go. We are going to be doing another one, not this coming Friday, but the Friday after.
All right, do you care to tell us who it's going to be? Or is that a
it's going to be slightly different because it's just one album.
All right, okay.
I'll say no more.
Yeah. Well, you can't land in that. Oh, you can land in it.
Yeah, now the dragon's buggered off, and now you've got to try and get back on it again. There you go.
Right, okay. I don't really see the point of getting off it. All right, I noticed this one. The other ones, this has got quite kind of detailed backgrounds, which obviously I don't know if the Atari ST one had that, but aye, right, okay. That's your whack. I'll just have a quick. I don't think it came out on any consoles. I'll just have a quick.
I'd be very surprised if it didn't come out on any consoles.
You'd think it would be in like the Mega Drive or something. Let's just have a quick wee look before we do a wee roundup.
No, I'm not going to be doing a video on the band Europe. Although Panther does quite like them, I can't forgive them for the final countdown. I freely admit they have done a couple of good songs. But we are not talking the final countdown, that's for sure.
Right. It's not on the Master System. Let me try the Mega Drive. Dragon. Maybe it didn't come out. Dragon Ball. No, nothing there. I'm assuming it didn't come out in the SNES. Dragon's Lair, not. What about the PC Engine? Did it come out in that? I'll just have a quick look. Dragon. I don't know if you caught my live stream on Sunday, the FM Towns Marty. That was a bloody impressive machine.
Okay, I've never heard of it.
You never heard it? It's Fujitsu FM Towns Marty. It only got a release in Japan. Yeah, go and watch it. It's a bloody, really, I mean, graphically wise, it's above the Amiga, and the sound is really, really good.
The only thing I know about Fujitsu is their hard drives.
Yeah, I didn't realise they'd made a machine, but yeah, kind of on a par with the Sharp X68000. But again, it's
I'm not exactly hugely familiar with that. I mean, I know of it. I've seen it in emulators. It does look good, but never even seen what the thing looks like.
Right. Anyway, right. I'll just, as I normally do, I'll just load this just to have something to look at when we're doing a wee summary. Hopefully, I'll not. Okay. Hopefully it's not going to make any noise. I'll just let it run. Right, I'll just turn this sound. No, I can't turn this sound. That's hopefully not too loud anyway. Right, anyway, a little... right, let's start from the first one. The Amstrad. What did you make of that one, Enlicosa?
does that count as a review? It was what I expected the Amstrad to be, really. Actually, no, it wasn't. I mean, it was monochromatic. It was a Spectrum port, as near as damn it. It was. It showed no, there was no ambition there. I mean, it was almost like they didn't even try.
It was very lazy,
impressed.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Very, very lazy. I'll tell you one thing though, looking at this, the arcade one, as good as the graphically wise, the graphics were in the ST and Amiga, they don't, the Amiga, sorry, the arcade is still quite a bit better. How can you get your tail to spin round like that? Is that something you can actually do, is it?
Yeah, I don't know how, but I know you can do it. I seem to recall I was doing it a few times when I did my review, but don't ask me how I did it. Yeah, I mean, obviously it's it's pretty unrealistic to sort of think or hope that the ST or Amiga were going to be able to do visually anything like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can't fault them for that.
I mean, I think, so the Amstrad was a lazy port. It could have been so much better. Spectrum one, it was kind of what you would expect on the Spectrum, I think.
Yeah, it was exactly what I expected, and I wasn't expecting much. That's what I got.
But the big downfall for me was there was definitely lag in the controls. I don't know whether you get that in the original. So I've never ever seen that in any Spectrum game I've emulated until that one. There was a definite half a second lag, which I don't know whether that was to do with it was, I don't know, playing slow or whatever. But it's kind of what you expect.
You might have to get a mister for that one.
Aye, I think you would. C64. I was blocky graphics, but I thought I was really impressed with it. It played really well, wasn't it? You know it.
I think the 64 was as good as you could hope for, but the design of the game meant that the 64 was always going to be quite heavily, compromised. I wasn't impressed with it, but it was as good as I think anybody could realistically hope for.
I think so, and it definitely got an extra point for being the only version that actually had sound effects and music. Yeah.
Which is ludicrous, the ST and Amiga version, especially the Amiga version, there is no excuse for it not having music and sound effects and making you choose between the two. The 64 could do it, the Amiga could do it.
But the funny thing is, you'd probably say, well, that would be because it was like a cheap port from the ST, but I think the Amiga one, I think it did look better than the ST one, so I don't think it was a straightforward port. I think it did kind of enhance it slightly.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a straight ST port to me. So,
and the music was good. I mean, the music was all right, but come on, it could quite easily have had sound effects in there as well. ST one, again, it was pretty much what you expect. It wasn't a massive difference graphically from the Amiga one. I mean, it did what it said in the tin, but the sound effects and the music were both pretty
the ST suffered from typical ST syndrome. The audio was atrocious. No other way of describing it. Visually, it was fine. Gameplay was fine, I suppose, if you're a fan of the game.
And obviously the plinky plonky music.
Oh yeah. How could I forget?
Can't forget that. So let's. Matt, what are you going to go for then in bronze position? What are you going to go for?
Bloody hell. I suppose, bearing in mind I haven't exactly been showering praise on any of them, I suppose I'd have to go the 64 version in bronze.
I'm gonna go for the Atari ST one. I think, that if I was to pick any, that would be my third place one. Second place.
Well, I would put the ST in second, purely because even though audibly it was awful, but it actually did look like the game. So
Aye, I'm gonna go for. I thought the 64 one was nice. It was kind of like a Buggy Boy syndrome. It absolutely nailed the playability, and yeah, it had to compromise on the graphics. I know what you're saying. Yeah, it's a hard decision, but I'm gonna go for the C64. I think in second place, and obviously you're going for the Amstrad in gold, are you?
Well, of course. How could you even consider anything else? You know.
Yeah, going to be the Amiga one, I think.
Yeah.
Gold place.
I mean, I say, for me, it's the best of a bad bunch, but yeah, I would put the Amiga one first.
Yeah,
But
I mean,
with one caveat, I mean, it is inexcusable them not having, making you choose between.
aye.
So I would put it first, but with a degree of reluctance because. Yeah, and also if it comes on more than one disc, hopefully someone there can say. But if it comes on more than one disc, but it only uses the internal disc drive, then it's getting demoted because I detest it when Amiga games did that.
Aye, especially when you're playing an arcade game and it's like, please insert disc 2. Oh, bloody hell! It just completely.
A lot of the time, I'd have disc 2 already in a drive. Okay, it's DF1, but it's in a drive. Fucking use it. And that infuriated me then, and it still does now, in case you haven't noticed.
I'm just, I'm suitably impressed with Cauldron of Stardust. He's managed. How can you get little gold medals and all that to pop up in comments? That's clever.
Well, it's emojis, so I'd rather burn my face off than use them.
Mr. Flanagan wants a Shure's inquiry. He thinks it should be the Amstrad, yeah. Right, anyway, listen. Yeah, that's another Arcade Perfect. So, yeah, well, we've kind of differed, but we've both got. I think if would you really want to play this game? I don't think I'll be playing it again. These things are almost kind of pointless because if you're going to play it, you're going to play the arcade version. But if you really had to play a home version, I think you'd probably be better sticking with the Commodore Amiga. So anyway, guys, listen, thank you very much for joining me tonight, and a special big thanks to Lacosa. It's great to have you back in the channel. Just you're always welcome anytime you want to pop in, like you did tonight. Until next time, guys, thank you very, very much for watching.